My fitness journey has always felt like an uphill battle, which I'm sure most of you can relate. I don't always have the answers. Lots of wasted time on temporary fixes and years of trial and error. It wasn't until the past year that I felt a bit more in control of my body. Not to say all the way, because personally, I think this will always be a struggle for me. But at least I've learned a great middle ground in how to maintain where I'm at. Needless to say, this has taken me almost 5 years to get comfortable with. To find a solution for me at this exact moment, which who's to say it'll work for anyone else? But I figured for this YouTube video, I would focus on the internal work, what I've been working on mentally that have changed my game within these past 5 years. I know it sounds cheesy, but without the internal work, you'll never reach your goal because physical only goes so far. Anything in life only goes so far until you have internal motivation and that you are motivating yourself for you and no one else. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Hi, hello, how are we? It has been a minute since I have just kind of sat down and really chatted about fitness and my journey and like just really what I've been improving on. And I think it's important because I want to give you guys updates because it is a constant battle and it's a never ending battle, okay? Anyone that says they have perfected their fitness journey, their physique, and are gonna maintain it forever, I'd like to meet you because it's not for me, okay? But I figured I would show you 5 secrets that I have to really what got me to my body that I have now. When I went from this to here, and I've been able to maintain it for the past couple years without having to slave away in the gym. So I figured I would just kind of sit down and update you on what I've learned because I feel like I do these YouTube videos, but I keep learning and I keep being more in tune with just truly what I want and what works for me. And once again, a lot of trial and error. So with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and let's get started. First things first, your girl is breaking out. We show transparency, okay? Okay. I sat down this morning, was sitting in my backyard and wrote it down on my laptop in my notes because I just wanted to kind of be as thorough and like honestly put some Taylor Swift on and just start typing away on just like how I've really felt and just like really what are like the 5 key things that have gotten me to change my body and how have I been able to maintain it. Side note, keep in mind that these are my own thoughts. I'm not saying anyone is right or wrong. You may think differently and that is a-okay because the world is full of different thoughts and I just figured I'd show you what works for me, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's gonna work for you because I don't really know. So with that being said, let's jump in. So number 1, that is I stopped looking at my food as like a restriction. And honestly, from my own experience, I have just seen in media, growing up, movies, whatever it may be, there was always some joke that like the girl was on some kale diet or she couldn't eat carbs or whatever it may be. So honestly, I thought, if you want to lose weight, if you want to change your body, you got to go on some diet. I truly just went straight for that, which I feel like a lot of women have just gone for that. It's kind of like an ongoing joke, especially just in society that you must diet to get a certain way or you can't eat carbs and carbs are bad. And I really just had to eliminate that completely. I stopped focusing on the restrictions and what I could and couldn't have and just ate what felt good to me. And I think the biggest game-changing thing in this was I ate foods that served me. Before, I'd eat a ton of junk food. Don't get me wrong, I love junk food. I love eating Ben & Jerry's like almost every night, but I would just over-consume them, and now I've learned to do it in moderation and eat more foods, more leafy greens, more whole foods straight from the earth because it makes me feel better than if I'm having processed foods. So honestly, I just really turned a complete 180 from restriction to eat what you want to eat, but is it going to serve you? Is it going to fuel you? Are you going to feel great after it? And of course, still enjoy things because life without Ben & Jerry's is pretty dang boring, okay? So that was like my biggest number 1 is mentally, I had to get there. Like I said, like this is all internal work. You can diet, you can do whatever the heck you want to do, you can exercise, you can do everything right, and that's amazing. But are you going to withstand it? Are you going to maintain it if you don't have the internal work? I had to really work on, hey, I don't like this restrictive diet mentality. I would always burn out because I'm not someone that likes extremes. So I had to learn more of moderation and like what kinds of foods really just serve my body in general. All right, number 2, she's quite deep. And that is, I learned to enjoy exercise as a lifestyle, not a prison. And I know that sounds so weird, but I used to view exercise as like, ugh, I have to fit an hour in, otherwise X, Y, and Z. And I just always had that extreme mentality that if I didn't do it, I was going to not reach my goals or it was gonna set me back, whatever it may be. So I really learned to find exercises that I enjoyed. How was I going to enjoy going to the gym? Was it putting on podcasts? Was it looking forward to wearing my favorite gym outfit? Was it doing my favorite exercises? Because before, it was a prison-like mentality of you have to fit in your time. And I had this mentality for years, ever since I really started going to the gym. That stems way back into like middle school, high school. It just was always like, I have to fit in my time. And it wasn't until I learned like, this is a lifestyle. Like I love that I'm capable to work out and that my body is healthy and functional. And that was when I started to turn the gears of, hey, exercise is amazing. I am honestly privileged that I can exercise right now. So if you feel in that mentality right now, which I think a lot of us do, and I think it's completely normal, find something you enjoy. If you don't love weightlifting, that is okay. This is a lifestyle. If you don't want to weightlift, don't sweat it, okay? Go try spin class, go try yoga. Try and find something that makes you happy, okay? Do keep in mind though, that with your goals, you may have to weightlift if you want to achieve something. That's being realistic. But if you're like, hey, honestly, I just want to work out and I want to feel good and look good, do whatever the heck you want to do. I don't know if I've said this enough. I feel like you guys as my family know that like I am all about moderation and balance and lifestyle because I used to be extreme and I did not like it. I absolutely hated it. And for some people it works for them and that's amazing, but it didn't work for me. So if you're like me, I hope this helps. So number 2 is focus on making exercise a lifestyle, not feeling like you have to go to the gym. It's like such a drag. Okay, moving into 3, and that was, I was realistic with myself and my goals. I felt like I used to go on this weird bender before like vacation where I'm like, oh, like I want to lose 15 pounds. Like, what did that even mean? Could I even lose 15 pounds? Like, I'm 5'5" and around like 130 pounds. Like, I don't think I would lose 15 pounds realistically, okay? So I had to get real with myself. I had to have more tangible goals of, okay, if you want to look this way, X, Y, and Z, how are you gonna achieve it? Is it a realistic timeline? You have to really sit down and be real with yourself, because I have had gals tell me, I wanna lose 10 pounds in 3 weeks. And I'm like, honey, that might be water weight. Like, that's so difficult depending on your physique, okay? It's not like it can't be done, but depends all on your physique. So just be realistic with it. Of course, reach for the stars, but also give yourself that timely manner, that leeway of, hey, am I giving myself enough time so I don't burn out? Because if you give yourself this goal that you have to reach within a couple weeks, you're gonna be exercising, eating like crazy, and then you may burn out because that's not enjoyable. And then you're gonna go to your vacation, like I said, gain it all back, and then it's a vicious cycle all over again. So just be realistic with your goals. All right, 4 is I put the scale away. I stopped focusing on how I looked and focused more on what I felt like. This is honestly something my mother has taught me way back. Like, she used to always say it to me as a kid was, how are you feeling? That's what you should be focusing on. And I think physique goals are fantastic. I love physique goals, but there comes a point you may reach your physique goal and you may not feel the best. From my own experience, I was the leanest I'd ever been a couple years ago, and I wasn't happy. I didn't feel the best. I felt lethargic, felt like I wasn't eating enough. I was over exercising. So I really tried to focus on, how do you feel? And right now I'm at this point where exercise feels fantastic. What I eat feels great. I am trying to just maintain how my body is feeling mentally, and physical will come along with that. This could be an unpopular opinion because it all depends on who you are and how you reach your goals, how you set your goals. But for me, physique goals only went so far. it wasn't until I had like a true why and like why I wanted to feel good, a longevity reason, that's when I really pushed myself, because I had a bigger purpose almost than just looking good. Was I wanted to feel great, and once I felt that, there was no stopping me. I had to always feel, I had to always come back for it. Last but not least, and this kind of plays into 4 of what I said, is 5 is find your why. And really what I mean by this is, why are you going to the gym? Why are you doing anything, honestly, that you have a goal for? It could even be wanting a job promotion. It could be wanting to make your own business. Like, why? Find your why. Sit down. I challenge you, after you get off this video, write in a journal, like, what are your goals and why? Because you could just say, I want to lose 10 pounds because I'll look good. But like, what is your real why? Why do you think you'll look good? Why do you want to lose 10 pounds? Like, will it make you feel better? Will you get X, Y, and Z? When it comes to quitting a job, say you really want to quit your 9-to-5 job, but why? Like, do you want to make your own money? Do you want to be financially free by the time you're 50? What are your why? Where do you want to go? And like, how much can you extend it? How much can you push it? Because for me, at least, that was one of the keys, was I had to figure out why more than just I want to get fit. Then at the end of the day, I can push it off and be like, I'll get fit another day. Like, whatever, I'll focus on that. But if it's like a feel good, if it's a why that drives you, for me, and a lot of you probably know this from my videos, longevity is the most important thing to me. I want to feel healthy, and I want to feel alive and energetic when I'm older. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I work out now and why I eat what I eat now, is I want to set myself up for that. So find your why. If you have a why, comment it, because I would love to read them. I'm just like, why you like to exercise? Because if you are following this channel, you probably love to exercise in some sort, and why? Like, I want to know. I'm curious. So I hope these tips helped. I know that it can be a little frustrating if it's just internal work at first, but honestly, I feel like you have to start there. Similar to a lot of things, you have to start internally, mental health, and then work your way, and I promise you the rest will come. So I hope you liked this YouTube video. Please let me know if you did. Comment any other topics you want me to kind of go over. I'm more than happy to. And with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you next time.